there was this big deal that that Jensen Huang, delivered this little mini, 1 teraflop computer that's, about this big,
Oh yeah, let me
and
pull that up really quick.
delivered it to Elon Musk. But part of this to remember about this too is that they announced that 18 months ago. So it's like we have to really ship real stuff, and that's kind of the thing at the end of it. And it's a neat package at $4,000, so it'll allow you to do a decent amount of AI computing just sitting right on your desk. But like I've had a playlist where I've showed you how to build one of the, build something, smaller for sure, but I mean for $500 that anybody can go get parts off the shelf and build. And so I think having skills like that to be able to take anything and to be able to build up like that is that's the real skill, and that's the one that I'd be telling people to be building at, because at the end of the day, while everybody's talking about all these big things, like learning to build on top of that. Yeah. So I mean, like, this is neat and that's great, but that took NVIDIA over a year to even start to ship those, and you can't even get those still. Like, I just went to look because I was curious to see how much that little device was actually worth, and people are saying that they're shipping for around 5,000, but you still can't get them.
Yeah.
I hit every one of the major distributors, and they don't even list a price yet. So, to say that they're shipping them is interesting. I do think that will become, I do think getting that computing down. So Microsoft built this game years and years ago, right? They gave away free software because Visual Studio at the time used to cost about $2,000 per license in the early 2000s for Visual Studio, but they gave it away to students. So this is kind of that, this is the play to say, hey, we want to get this, something computable into hands of developers quicker. And as they start to do that, this is where Huang's brilliance is. Like, he's trying to get that to the developers, because if developers develop on things that need this level of compute, NVIDIA will need to continue to print money.
Yeah. So this is when Jensen Huang hand delivered another GPU to Elon in 2016 when he was at OpenAI. And then now you can see just how, it's 9 years and you can see how compute's condensed. And I think that this is 10x the compute difference and probably a 10% of the size.
Yep.
Right.
And I mean, we'll continue to see this, but to that point is, it's like, one, you're not going to get much smaller. And there's a lot of people saying that until we get to quantum, you're just really not going to be able to get it much faster.
Yeah.
The new Blackwell chips are very impressive, but they really don't have a great announcement for what's coming behind them.
Yeah. So what do you like? Are they just going to, I guess we just wait and let NVIDIA innovate, see what they do. Do you know the next version after Blackwell?
I don't. There's an announcement. There's a name. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but to me, it's still so far off that they're just now starting to ship the Blackwells after a long time of announcements, that I want to, let's continue to use this processing power. And that's what we're going to continue to need to see. So those are the GB10 chips, I think, is what he just delivered in that little device to Elon. But I think we're seeing some interesting strategic play, because Huang wants to stay close to Elon, because Elon's now going to be producing his own AI chips using Samsung, not NVIDIA. Right. And so everybody's trying to court these big players to try to be able to stay into the game, because Eli's already got a deal for the AI5 and AI6 chips with Samsung.